In December, Microsoft handed its engineers one of the best AI coding tools on earth. By the end of June, it's taking it back. Not because it didn't work, because the bill landed. $500 to $2,000 per engineer every single month. That's $24,000 a year on top of a salary. So, Microsoft, the company that put $13 billion into OpenAI, the richest software company alive, looked at the meter and quietly pulled the plug. Here's the part nobody is telling you. If Microsoft can't afford the tokens, this was never about you using it wrong. Right now, your feed is full of people screaming that the AI companies just got greedy. Limits shrinking, bills exploding, everybody hitting a wall, and almost all of them are pointing at the wrong villain. So I went and followed the token math instead. The whole industry, Microsoft, Google, Anthropic, all of it. And I found the one number that explains everything. Why your limits keep getting smaller, why even giants are walking away, and exactly how to make sure you never get priced out. Stay with me, because the real reason is not greed. It's worse, and it is completely fixable. First, understand the scale of this. In about 60 days, three of the biggest names in tech all moved the same direction. Microsoft pulled Claude Code from its own engineers over runaway token bills. Google quietly set a pricing change for July 1st, where the model's hidden thinking now costs you real money. And Anthropic's own users staged a revolt after their limits started vanishing faster than anyone could explain. This is not one company having a bad month. This is the entire industry flipping the same switch at the same time. The all you can eat era of AI just ended, and the meter is now running. Nowhere did it hit harder than with Anthropic's most loyal users. One developer said he typed a single hello to Claude and watched it eat 13% of his entire daily limit. Others described being thrown into what they called 4-hour cooldown jail, locked out for the rest of the work session. A few even reverse engineered the app and found a caching bug quietly inflating costs 10 to 20 times. People felt gaslit. They were paying more, getting less, and being told they were using it wrong. Anthropic apologized, and it somehow made everyone angrier. But here's the thing, the users were right about the pain, they were wrong about the cause. So here's the first thing almost nobody told you. When you use one of these AI models, you are not billed for what it says to you. You are billed for what it thinks. Modern models reason silently before they answer. Pages of invisible internal thinking you never see. And on Google's new pricing, every one of those hidden thinking tokens is billed at the full output rate. A one line answer can quietly burn 5 to 10 times the tokens of the reply on your screen. Read that again. The meter does not run on the talking, it runs on the thinking. And the thinking is the part they don't show you. Now, the number that explains the panic. When Anthropic's books leaked, its gross margin sat around 40%, and its compute costs had blown past internal targets by 23%. Translation: on a huge share of what you spend, the company is barely above its own cost. This is not some fat markup they could just absorb. Want proof of how brutal it gets? Uber rolled Claude out to 5,000 engineers and burned through its entire $3.4 billion annual AI budget in 4 months. 4 months. The all you can eat pricing was never real economics. It was venture capital quietly paying for your lunch. So, why is the free lunch ending right now, this quarter, all at once? One word: public. On June 1st, Anthropic filed to go public at a $965 billion valuation, passing OpenAI for the first time. OpenAI itself is projected to lose around $85 billion in a single year by 2028 and not break even until 2030. The moment you file to go public, the rules change. Wall Street does not reward you for giving compute away. CNBC said it plainly. Cheap AI could derail these IPOs. So the subsidy gets switched off, right as the whole industry races to the stock market. There's one more piece, and it's the part that broke everything. The old pricing was built for humans. A flat monthly seat, because a person can only type so fast, only ask so much. Predictable. But agents don't type. You give an agent one instruction and it runs for hours, on its own, burning tokens the entire time, with no human pace to slow it down. Seat pricing assumed a person. Agents removed the person. So the cost stopped being predictable, and the old model simply snapped. The product changed. The pricing hadn't caught up. That gap is the bill you are now feeling. So put it all together. The companies aren't cartoon villains. The economics are just brutal. And the public markets are forcing the subsidy off exactly as agents make the costs explode. Here's what that means for you. Stop waiting for unlimited to come back. It isn't coming. The winners in this next era will not be the people with the biggest, most expensive plan. They will be the people who learn to spend tokens like the tokens actually cost money, because now they do. So let me hand you the exact levers, the same ones the companies use themselves to cut your bill by up to 90%. Four levers. These are real and they stack. 1. Prompt caching. If you reuse the same context over and over, cache it, and the repeated part costs 10% of full price. That is a 90% discount on your most repeated tokens. 2. Batch processing. Anything that isn't urgent, send it in a batch, and you get 50% of input and output automatically. 3. Model routing. Stop running your biggest model on every tiny task. Send the simple jobs to a small, cheap model and only escalate to the expensive one when you actually need it. That alone cuts 60 to 80%. 4. Scope discipline. Don't let an agent run wild. A tight, well-scoped task is a small bill. A vague one runs the meter all day. Stack these, and the same work runs at a fraction of the cost. So here is what I actually want you to walk away with. You are not bad at this. You never were. You were just never told that the meter runs on the thinking, not the talking. That the all-you-can-eat era was a subsidy, not a promise. And that it was always going to end the moment these companies grew up and went public. The people who learn to manage tokens now, while everyone else is still complaining online, will run the exact same AI at a tenth of the cost. In a metered world, that is the entire game. The skill isn't prompting anymore. The skill is the bill. I put all four levers with the exact settings and the real numbers into one free guide. The Token Bill Survival Kit. If you want it, just comment the word meter and I will send it straight to you. Now, I make bite-sized AI drops every day on Instagram and the full deep dives, like this one, right here on YouTube. So if the real story behind the headlines is what you're after, subscribe. And I'll keep following the money so you don't have to. The free lunch is over. But getting priced out is now a choice. Don't make it.